create jobs and be innovative. And I think I have shown of my work not only in arenas of a job creator as owning my own business for over 30 years, but also with San Isabel Electric. We've been able to help a beginning business through some loans that are available. So know where those funds are at and what you can bring to the table that are outside of just what is thought about. We've got to be creative and we've got to maximize those dollars so we can get jobs into our area.
Okay, Debbie will handle our last question. Should commissioners be allowed to keep working in other jobs or businesses if elected?
I will not make a decision for another commissioner. They need to know, and they have to be able to look in the mirror and say, did I do the best for my elected, for my constituents today? I can look in the mirror and I can say, I will do the best for my constituents today, because that's always been my work ethics. I know there's a few boards out there that if I'm elected are going to be a little sad because I'm resigning those boards, but I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the citizens in those boards, but my focus is going to be Pueblo County. It's always been about Pueblo County and how can we help Pueblo bring in jobs and help our kids get out of poverty, help our veterans, and help our seniors. So you will see me. I will be your voice. I will be out there listening. I grew up in a self-employed company, and that means, and I work self-employed, I know what 7 days a week, 20 hours a day means. And I've been able to not only keep and operate a very successful business for 30 years, I also, in the meantime, served on multi-different boards, not only locally, but also at the state level, because I know how to budget time, and I know how to get out there, and so that I'm available, that people can come to me and share where their concerns are.
Great question. I think it's a pertinent question. As a state legislator, we had a part-time legislature in the state of Colorado, and most of us worked outside of the state legislature. And as a state legislator, when I went into office, I had a business that cleaned up crime scenes. Actually did the work myself with my partner. It was unfortunately a thriving business in Pueblo County. Yeah, but necessary. As an ACOVA, a victim's advocate, I learned we didn't have the services to help families when their loved one has passed away. And it could be a gruesome job, but it was an important job. I gave up my company because my job at the legislature was so intensive. The learning curve was very great. I can tell you in my current employment working with correctional officers throughout the United States, I couldn't have a better job. But I do believe that as a county commissioner, you must work full-time. And full-time means probably more than full-time. It's a job I desire. It's a job I want to do. We need to set the standard as county commissioners prior to get elected, disclosing where we work. I work with Corrections USA. I'm self-employed with them. And be transparent if we see an opportunity to create a business, make sure it doesn't have an ethic or moral violation with the job of being a Pueblo County Commissioner.
My Pueblo promise to you is that I will act on your behalf, and that means I'm going to be accountable. I'm going to be collaborative, and I'm going to be transparent. And if you want some additional information, you can go to my website, www.roseforpueblo.com, or those that are in attendance in the audience here tonight, there are brochures out there. And you can research and you can see how much I do and what I accomplish, because it's truly about making a difference for Pueblo. Pueblo, my home. Pueblo, my passion. I will be your voice.
The only thing I can add, Steve, that being county commissioner is not going to be easy, because the first call of business is ensuring that we can pay our bills at Pueblo County. So I believe I'll be working long hours, and that's why I've been working up the stamina for the job, jogging, Pilates, literally, so I can do the job.
Okay, Okay, we will get to our closing comments from each candidate now. You may recall that Debbie won the coin toss. She elected to go last in tonight's forum. So we'll have closing arguments first from Buffy.
Thank you. And I should have thanked the Pueblo Chieftain also as a sponsor, Mr. Henshin. I was remiss in naming you and your newspaper. My name is Buffy McFadden. I believe I'm a champion for Southern Colorado. I love serving the public. It's a calling. I've worked with colleagues in the state legislature who got to the state legislature, found out they didn't enjoy it. I believe competitive track and field helped me bring out my competitive side so we could make sure that our end of the state was represented. There were days on committees where I was the only representative for about a 13-county area. I enjoyed the opportunity to be the voice of our issues in this community. I'm asking to continue my service as your Pueblo County Commissioner. I'm honored to be a candidate here in Pueblo County, and I'm honored that we have a system where we can gather together. And the audience here, for those of you at home, is full. For those of you at home, thank you for watching. For those of you here, thank you for participating in our democratic process. As we watch other countries around the world having political battles where they're literally dying, we need to be thankful for the democracy that we do indeed have here in Colorado and the United States. I want to represent all of my constituents, Democrats, Republicans, unaffiliated voters, Libertarians, Green Party. As a county commissioner, it shouldn't matter what party you're in when you need help. I am a Truman Democrat, reasonable, practical, and have the ability to make decisions. I have the desire to explain those decisions, whether we agree or disagree. You should expect your elected official to be able to explain the votes they make and the decisions they make. I'm honored to be here with you. I respectfully ask for your vote. Registration ends October 9th, 720 North Main. Second floor is the Elections Department. The election's in November. My name's Buffy McFadden. I ask for your vote.
First, I would like to thank our moderator, Steve Henson, for a job well done. Well run for him. Thank you. If elected, I promise to go to work on November 7th. That's the day after the election. You know, I won't be sworn in until January, but guess what? There's so much to do. I'm going to hit the ground running right away, put together a strategic plan with hopefully the other elected county commissioner candidate so that when we're sworn in, you will know exactly what areas we're going to be working on first and what we're going to be focused on. So it's that communication. Again, I am from Pueblo, born and grew up here along with raising my children here. I know Pueblo's strengths and the local issues because I live them every day. My campaign is about Pueblo. The downturn in the economy hit some of us harder than others, and Pueblo County is no exception. Our seniors live in a dwindling fixed income. Our veterans struggle to collect their hard-earned health care benefits, and too many of our kids go to bed hungry every night. Today, the biggest challenge for Pueblo community members is the lack of jobs. The latest report says in Pueblo County that unemployment dropped to about 10%, but that's because those people who had been applying couldn't find a job, so they just stopped giving up. And we know somebody that has been out of work, out of hope for several months or even years. Thus, helping new and existing businesses to keep and create new jobs will be my top priority for Pueblo. Being paid a livable wage is an important piece of creating jobs, and that will be my focus. I know the struggles community members experience, and I will work hard to improve opportunities for all Pueblo residents. To sum it up, I have local leadership experience with multi-million-dollar budgets, local and state leadership in education, judicial, and business, and the first-hand know-how to create jobs right here in Pueblo. Most important, I have a very broad-based support from all walks of life in Pueblo. My name is Debbie Rose, your Pueblo hometown girl. I am seeking to be your next Pueblo County Commissioner, and I would be very honored to have your vote this November. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being such a terrific audience tonight. That concludes our forum. Drive safe. Good evening.
Thank you.